Привет, камараде коммунисте! Welcome, my fellow comrades. Today, I bring you, as in the last episode, a playlist of Russia's finest tunes. Yeah, that's the name of the album. So now, I'm gonna load our game. Здравствуй, Republic. Let's play some communism. So today, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna finally finish those farms I talked about in the last episode. Today's episode will be more of me playing instead of making a like a small guide on things. But if there are if there is anything you guys want to know in particular how to do things you're having difficult with, I can try to help you. I might not really be able to help you, but I'll do my best to try to figure out some things. As you may notice, it's been taking a while. It's unforeseen time. Oh god, let's wait. So another thing I was talking about last, in our first episode actually, was that you can activate your Steam updates, to get the beta versions that they're making. There are always, not always, but there are updates that they make, more frequently. And they just don't publish it immediately because they first let people try out the newer versions, see if there are any bugs or things, and so. But if you want to get the most recent updates, and the game, I must tell you guys, these last updates, they are totally worth any bugs you might find. But the good thing is I haven't found any bugs yet on in this version. So okay, it's loaded. So let's start playing. Where are we? Oh, we are at Strakorov. And so today I'll be building our beautiful farm. I'm gonna build it with dollars because I don't find much use for dollars in this game. I think I'm gonna start selling my nuclear fuel to my fellow communist comrades instead of selling it to NATO. I got no problems with doing commerce with NATO, but you can get some real nice cars. I have plans to make a new settlement for my people, in which I'm gonna put some cars, make more of a car-based city. I've tried some layouts in previous tries of the game, and there are some kinks that the game still needs in order to work out, perfectly. What do I mean? I mean that, sometimes when you put cars on your city, they actually, because the streets are so small, they end up causing, traffic jams, and they aren't really, 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 nice. And then, they start to interfere with the traffic of goods if you transport goods with trucks and things. So, that's, I really wish that the creators of the game would, I wish they put some avenues for us to work with. I think it would I think it would really be a fine add to the game. You know, this game is brilliant. You know, I love how it's coming out. You know, just it's really just some kinks that they could, you know. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do some railway. Oh, I don't like how it looks. You know, oh god, I did that again. Oh, Christ. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it go here and here. Okay, so now we can start making, let's put some plots here. Let's actually make a, you know, let's make it, you know, go wider. What infrastructure is on the way? Oh god. I think it's the street itself, yeah. You know, the songs, you know, that come originally with the game, they kind of disturb me for some reason, you know, like, oh, I don't know. So I decided to put this Russian balalaika tunes. It's like, you know, those are famous Russian songs, very well known. Most of them, you know, some I didn't know. Let's put some big fields in here, because what I really need right now, you know, I need to, let's leave a, you know, some room to put more streets around. Let's put some here with some space. More like this and this. Let's see, yeah, I can fit another one here. Perfect, perfect. Let's make some more here. You know, this layout I think is gonna work, you know, much better than my previous layout with the circles. Yeah, I was, you know, I was just trying something different, but unfortunately I don't think it worked really well. You know, sometimes things just don't work the way we want them to work, right? But I think, you know, this way it's gonna be a lot better. Okay, let's set some more roads here. You know, it's really difficult to make some decent planning when we are talking. But I swear I'm gonna make an effort to make this, you know, be the best farms I can make. Let's make some really huge plots here, so I don't ever have to say, you know what, oh, oops. So that I don't have ever to hear anybody say that communists do not have food. Because I'm sick and tired of that. Okay, awesome. Let's buy the vehicles now. Let's see. Now let's start with the sowing so we can sow it. What are we going to choose? P level. Farming 4 kilometers. Oh, I think I'm gonna use these ones. God, I love how many, you know, we can make fit into these. And then I'm gonna get these modified vehicle that I got. Beautiful, beautiful. You know, just before I actually put the trains to work here. Oh, see, you know, this is what I didn't want to. I shouldn't. Oh god, I don't want to destroy this because it's really expensive. You know, it's not like I don't have the money, but yeah, but perhaps it would be best. I don't know. Let's leave it for a while. You know, I'll just let them, you know, work the plots before I do anything else. I just love these beautiful curves, you know. I just love it. Okay, what else? What else can we do here? Oh, I should really... Let's see how the other farm is doing. Yeah, see, we're not being able to fulfill all our needs. Our economy... Oh god. Oh god, what's happening? Oh, it's because of the construction. It's fine. No, this is no loans. Please, I do not want any loans. Alright. Oh yeah, what I was gonna do actually is take a look at my distribution offices. You know, these are the buildings that, you know, this came with this latest version of the game. You know, the version I was playing, it did not have the distribution offices. So the thing is, you know, we had to manually set each truck route from, you know, each building, and then whenever you demolish the building, your trucks simply go crazy. It's horrible. But now with those, you know, things got a lot better actually. Okay, I just like how this neighborhood looks, you know. You might disagree, but you know. But I'm thinking, you know, it still looks too small. Let's see how our hospitals. See, our hospitals doing just fine, you know. One thing I learned since I started playing the game is that, you know, when you come, let's see, no, construction, education, you know, there is the medical university, and there's also the technical university, and the headquarters of the Communist Party. You know, that I'm not sure about the headquarters of the Communist Party, but actually, you know, it doesn't really make a difference if you build a technical university or a medical university, because, you know, to staff your hospital with doctors, they actually, you know, they just give people higher education. So you may just build your common, like, university, and it will do the same trick as the medical university. You know, it's exchangeable. And the Lenin Technical University that I've said, there's one here, you know, it's not working properly. You know, I don't know, the professors might be, you know, more, I don't know, you know, my population has gotten a very nice education, there are many educated people here. Oh, these, you know, when I first started this game, I did not want to right away start using, you know, my power plants. So what I did is I got these mods that are actually wind turbines, and I set them. They just need 2 people to work, and they, you know, they work fine for a small community. You know, they are also providing energy to my to all these buildings here. I think there is one substation around here, but the other buildings are just being supplied by these turbines, and they work just fine. You know, they work really nice. Let's see our plots here. Okay, they are being sowed. That's very good. I think I'm gonna make a connection here so that I can make these grains actually come all the way here to my chemical plant, which needs crops, you know, and it actually it uses a lot of crops. You might be asking, but why did you leave this here, you know, uninhabited? You know, I was gonna make it larger actually. my plans were to just make the, put more apartments and infrastructure for my citizens around here. But then I realized that I didn't really have a, you know, I didn't really have, place to expand it, and there's also what I was talking about, at our first encounter, and is that, you know, it's not good when cities start to get too big, because then it gets too confusing. It's just better. Oh, I love how it looks. Even with all these trees, I just like it. I'm proud of what I did. If you don't like it, I'm just so sorry for you. What else? Oh, okay. I am also about to set some farms in here as well. With all these cables, Let's see something here. Yeah, the energy doesn't really come all the way to the city, which is a shame because I'm gonna have to keep all these wires, which I didn't want to, but that's too bad. What can I do? Let's take a look here. At this city, there are like 765 adults living with parents because I haven't yet made a new community for them. I do have plans of making a new set of mines, coal mines and iron mines. Let me see which one. Oh, this is coal. And the iron mines are lost somewhere. I don't remember really where. Vulcanedeni. This is gonna be the next place I'm gonna set, because there is a connection to the Warsaw Pact this way, and I want to start selling more in rubles. And also, now that I've got this settled, I can actually provide, food for these people and for my future settlement around there, which is good. Let me see. Now it's actually taking a lot more than I thought, because I was thinking about making a refinery, an oil refinery, but with this oil reserve I have here, I don't think, it didn't even fill it up. I think I'm gonna have to, I actually think I will have to make my refinery here. Not sure, I didn't want to, build around here. I could make another settlement here, make the refinery here. Where would I just put the... And then I could make a connection, closer to the border around here. I don't really use roads to connect with the border. I actually don't use roads to connect my settlements even, because cars in this game, they are just too slow, and I don't really like it. And I try to make each small city or neighborhood, the way you prefer. I prefer to make it like self-sufficient. So I set a hospital. This hospital is actually too big for this neighborhood. Then I put schools, obviously, because you're not gonna make kids travel all around to get school in. Kindergartens need to be also close to the city. So that way I don't really need to worry about like, oh my god, what's happening. I have plans to actually, I'm actually gonna try to start, make a small city like this, but repeat structures like this, so that I can have it, fit more well, obviously not right here, because there is infrastructure here, but I really want to do something of the sort. You know, well, about this one, let's make, you know, our fields. Let's see how our fields are progressing. Oh, we're still sowing it, so it's not good yet. Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep it at this rate. Let's see what I can do here. You know, I could make a circle around here, like the other roundabout, which is further away there. Just, you know, shown that before. Yeah, I think that would actually be a good idea. You know, let me just rack this. You know, I don't like how it looks anyways. So I'm gonna just rack this all over, you know, because it looks actually really ugly. Yeah, and this also, you know, I don't like how this is set here. Because you know, the thing is, I want this to come, you know, I want my my trains to actually be able to come here and then here, or to just come to this one, you know. But perhaps, you know, in order for this to function properly, I'm gonna have to sacrifice it. You know, there aren't actually those many trains coming here, so it wouldn't be, you know, such a shame to do that. Let's see, let's get our railway. Let's start a small, oh, here it is. Let's see, doesn't need to be that big. I don't know how to sing this song, but it's just such a beautiful song. Okay, let's hope we put this. Look how beautiful it looks. And then we can just no. Here. And then this one, no, this way. No, here. You know, I'm making it this way because in the future... Oh crap, but I can't do that. Yeah, in the future, I'm gonna have this line come here. So God, let me do this differently. Let me do this differently. Yeah, I'm gonna make this come more from, you know, I really need to make this too sharp of a turn. You know, this is such bullshit. Okay. Oh, now it doesn't look so round, but it's gonna work just fine. Ugly. You know, it doesn't really matter if it's ugly. You know, I just want this to work properly, you know, because it's just a pain when, you know, the trains don't work well, you know. It's so complicated then to... Let me come closer. Let me come here. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this one, you know, make the encounter, yeah, yes, that's perfect. And then here it will come more like from here this way. Beautiful. You know, you might be wondering, you know, why don't you make, you know, it like this? You know, it's because it's gonna go this way, so trains come in here, you know, if they need to go there, they're gonna do this. If they need to go here, they're gonna do this, you know. Otherwise, you know, there are gonna be problems with that. I really want to get rid of this. Yeah, I'm gonna try it out, you know. Oh, just let me. Yeah, okay. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm gonna... Yes, perfect. I'm gonna make it a simple track. You know, if it makes me get in trouble in the future, I'll redo that. You know, in the meantime, I'm gonna keep it a simple track, because now this this industrial connection is gonna be able to function properly. You know, let's allow the game process the changes, so that I'm not really dependent on the truck here. I don't want to depend on that track, you know, because sometimes, you know, because as I... oh God, I don't believe you. I just do not believe you. You know, I love this game, but sometimes this game makes me cry when I need to rack things apart in order to fix them. You know, I don't know what was wrong with that before, but now, you know, let's just solve it. So now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna set our semaphores in here. Let's put one here before the merger. Oops, the other way. One before the split. You know, you know, this one I can make it this way. No, let's be on, you know, on the safe side. Put it there. Put one here. Oops, the other way. You know, I make them. You know, I usually make them go clockwise, because it, you know, because I'm not British. You know, to me it makes more sense, since, you know, the right goes forward and the left comes backwards. Let me... Good. Put one here. What is this? Oh no. Good. I thought I was gonna have to rack that, but I didn't, luckily. You know, this, you know, you don't really need to put one right after, you know, just put one here. Now it's gonna start working properly. Oh God, you know, I was saying about not being British. Sorry. This one goes... oh no, oh my God, why am I doing that wrong? Oh, it's because it's actually wrong all the way. Oh God, I didn't even realize it. Well, let's just change it then. You know, you remember the chain, you know, the chain. I'm actually gonna do... oh no, this one's good. It's the other one that is too short. You know, when this track comes here and makes it go too short sometimes, you know, the train here, if it's too long, then it's good, you know, it could cause a problem, because then if it's, you know, it's coming on this track, right? But if the train still spreads to the counter track, to the track that made it come here, when it tries to go back, it will try to go back at the wrong track. So you're actually gonna get your train stuck here, and then, you know, it's gonna be a mess. Let's fix this. Oh my God, I didn't even realize. And I was saying I'm not British. Just, you know, did a British railroad. Oh God, why? Okay, now it's gonna work just fine. If we set them all correctly. You know, these semaphores, you know, they're actually a headache, but they're actually needed. So do not mess with the semaphores, otherwise things are not gonna look pretty to you. Okay, so we got our train here. Let's make it go faster. You know, it was loading and unloading things. It's gonna come here. You know, this one I made because those factories, they consume steel. So what I did was, I loaded that train there, but these factories, they don't really consume all that steel, all that much steel. So, sometimes it comes here, it doesn't even really drop much steel, and then, this time it didn't drop steel at all. And then I set it not to drop any steel at the border. I forbade it because it's not interesting to me to sell steel. I prefer to sell mechanical components. And now it's gonna go back. It's working fine. It's gonna go this way and then that way beautifully. Awesome. So now let's finish our the tracks we were doing before. Let's close it. I'm really sorry that I can't be saying funny things right now. Why are you making me? Why do you make me cry, game? Why do you make me cry always like this? Okay. Then here. Good. I'm not gonna actually set the tracks to this building right now. Then I'm going to need to put I'm actually gonna put 2 bus stops around here. I'm gonna put one, where should I put it? Let me see. Let me just see the footpaths. Oh, it's here. Yeah, it's actually not gonna work the way I thought. So I'm gonna put a bus stop at this corner here. I'm not gonna integrate it to the road because bus stops tend to make the traffic go slower, because the bus actually the stopping and moving forward of the bus makes everything go slower. And this, oh Jesus, oh, it's gonna be ugly. This is not gonna be pretty. Okay, but it's gonna work just fine. These industrial connections, they are complicated, because you should be able to, set a road around them. So, I always try to make them as short as possible, but sometimes you just can't, like this example, because they are in odd places. So the thing is, there's nothing I can really do. So please, developers, try to make this be more like they could interact the same way the tracks, the train tracks interact with the roads. Like why can't they? Okay, so we got our beautiful farming around here. I like the way it looks, but I think I'm gonna actually put some more plots around here. Medium fields. I'm gonna set some medium fields here, accompanying the. Gonna leave some space in case I want to. Yeah, here it won't be possible, but I can set some. I'm gonna put a medium field here, and then I can also set some big fields here so that I make an optimum usage of the of the space I got. Let me see. Oh, I can't fit one there. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good feel. Okay, so I'm gonna wait until let's see. Yeah, it's still growing. It'll take a while to grow, and meanwhile, we're making a huge load of money. The best business in this game so far. After the steel mill is actually the nuclear fuel factory. And I can even sell because our factory is actually really productive. It just is. So I can actually start. I can actually start to sell our UF6. You can see that we cannot store or export the UF6. I could perhaps make a new nuclear fuel fabrication plan. It would be really nice because I'm not being able, this whole arrangement here, the mine, the processing, and the conversion plant, they are just too productive for this nuclear fuel fabrication plant. So that's something that I've been considering for a while, and which I might just do it. Let's just see the pollution. Now it actually pollutes a lot. Take a look over here. Let me just close it for a while so you can see the pollution. It spreads around and it doesn't look so bad, but that's because this factory, it started working at a perfect time. This factory pollutes a lot. So when it starts working, pollution will actually come. Pollution comes, actually all the way to this part. And it doesn't matter if you plant trees. It just doesn't really help with your situation. Let's see how much fuel we got. And then, okay, so we have some nuclear waste, and the funny fact is you can get rid of your fuel, of your nuclear waste by selling it. You don't sell it actually, you pay for people to get rid of it for you. But it's fine. It's fine. We can get rid of it. Let's get rid of it. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show that to you. This, you can notice nuclear waste. It's minus 2118, which means that when you ship it somewhere else, you're gonna this is in rubles. In dollars, it's a bit more expensive, but but it's actually you make, I don't know, is this for a ton? Perhaps you make 309,000 rubles and $390,000 for the fuel you sell. But you actually, the nuclear waste, you just have to pay like 2,000 and something, and they get rid of it for you. It's pretty sweet deal. So yeah, basically the episode today was me developing farms, which is kind of fun, but I hope in the next episode I'll start making my mines, because even though I got a pretty good steel production, Oh, and I need to settle this too. I made the mistake. I put a small distribution office here. Shouldn't have done it. I should have put a bigger one. But actually, the whole problem here, because my trucks are actually distributing, these are, I think, are refrigeration. Yeah, totally. They are, they are transporting meat and other things. I think the place that actually hasn't been able to get the food, which is making, it's forcing me to buy food, is actually this neighborhood and perhaps this one, but I'm not sure because it's, got just so many distribution offices going, doing such crazy things that I actually not even work. Well, the newspaper can. Okay. Just I'm just gonna set the we got some fields almost ready here. I'm gonna let the game roll for a while. Yeah, let me just. I'm gonna set the trains. Let me see. This one can carry crops, so I'm gonna make it carry some crops for me. Let's just erase this old line. Then I'm gonna get crops here, leave crops here, load crops, unload crops. No, I don't really need to set this, but it's just to be on the safe side, that I don't end up loading some other crap. Because sometimes if you just if you make something go to a warehouse and you put load, it will load whatever the factories connected to it are producing, which is bad because sometimes we don't want to unload to load a certain train with certain products. So it's important to always make sure you give your trains an accurate description of what you want to do. So let's launch this guy. It's gonna be a while. I think I'm gonna cut it in a moment. Yeah, I'm just gonna center it here because I think it's beautiful. And then I'm gonna cut, and then I'm gonna come back when we start sowing these fields. It's gonna be beautiful. So I'm actually, meanwhile, I'm gonna start setting the semaphores that we're gonna need. This time, I hope I'm gonna get, I'm gonna get them the right way. One thing that, I've been people getting complicated with is the fact that, I'm just gonna get there. I'm getting there. Yes. Okay, so here. So just imagine, my trains come in here, from the right track, and then it comes here. So for it to come back to the correct track, you're gonna see it. It's not gonna be able to because I didn't put the crossings right. So it gets this annoying question mark on its face, and it really bothers me. So the way we're gonna solve it actually is by making a diamond cross. I actually would like to make it here, but because this track is on a curve, I don't think we're gonna be successful, and it might cause me some problems. So I'm just, oh god, I need to get rid of it. So I'm gonna make my crossing here and here. This trick I learned from Anakin Place. I'm really grateful to him. I'm also grateful to Mr. the Gentleman Party Elite. Taught me a lot too. I've watched his almost his entire season, I mean his entire series on this game. You know, I learned a lot from him. You know, he's got, I just love the way he makes his cities. They look so beautiful. I think he just has some issues with with the trains, because this and this I'm pointing here. Those are troublemakers. They're not really. This is something we should avoid. So that's why I always make my tracks go away, and that's also why I try not to. If I wanted to expand this, I've tried already. When there are tracks come in here, for example, if I made these tracks come straight here, so if I wanted to make this a compact neighborhood, this is this would be a space too small to make a bridge over it, so and even if I did, then I would have to put buses. People wouldn't be able to walk around. So I tried to make it like I've seen that in Helsinki. I think it's Helsinki. They, the train tracks, they go lower. You can they excavate the terrain, make them go lower, and then they just put a small bridge over and make, the streets come around. But in this game, it's not possible just as of yet. I hope they really will find some way to make like a small bridge or something that you can put over the tracks. That would really make things easier for me. So now this guy, oh, it's paused. So now this guy is gonna be able, it's gonna come from this track, and then when it gets here, it's simply gonna change direction, change tracks, and go in the right direction. Shouldn't be any problem for it. Oh, I see what I've done here. I've set this entire track backwards. Christ, and I didn't even realize. And it's all because of this funny thing I did, and I didn't even notice because it's actually coming the wrong way here. Oh god. Yeah. Oh. Well, shit happens, guys. So yes, I think for today, I think we're good for today. Our cities are actually working fine. Some details that we need to check. This guy is trying to. Yeah. So why aren't you going? Oh, because I did not do the right thing here. Oh Christ. Yeah, because my expectation was that it would go here and then it would come here. But actually, it can't do that. And the reason is very simple, because I didn't make the connection for that to do that. Let's try it out. Yeah, it's not gonna. I'm gonna set it there. Let's see what happens. So on the next episode, you guys are gonna see if this has been a success or a total failure. Oh, got some crops finally. Okay, so this is it. I'm gonna leave you guys with this beautiful view. I mean, I think it's beautiful. From my Soviet Republic. And I see you guys on the next.